It's Matt Schulte. You're now listening to Line for Line podcast.
Yeah, got God, I can never let none of you harm me, yeah. One deep, you don't see him, but I'm with an army, yeah. Perfect timing, I was hurting, yeah, let him scar me, no. Stay down, kept him close to my heart, if you know, you know. Well, if you know, you know. Well, if you know, you know. Well, if you know, you know.
All right. And just like that, we're back in another episode of Line for Line. I have a very special guest in the building. Before we get ready to get started with this episode, make sure you pound that like button, that subscribe button, and leave an interactive comment for me and my special guest. I'll let him introduce himself to the world.
What's up, y'all? I'm Matt Schulte, St. Joe's Hooper.
Yes, sir. So before we get ready to get started, just tell them a little bit about you, maybe where you grew up, what life was like for you.
Yeah, I've grown up in Kenosha my whole life, and throughout my high school career, I've played 4 sports, and that's soccer, basketball, baseball, and volleyball. And yeah, it's been good. It's been good. I love Kenosha.
Yes, sir. So just tell us a little bit about what high school you go to now, what grade you're in.
Yeah, now I go to St. Joe's, and I'm a senior in high school, and I'm not gonna lie, I'm a little nervous for college, but I'm enjoying life as it is right now.
Wow, so college is something you already have picked out and committed to as well too, or is that a little bit too special for Line right now?
Not yet. But yeah, it's something I'm really looking forward to, and I got a few options to go over. Yeah.
So just tell us a little bit about the hard work that goes into being a 4-sport athlete, because that sounds like a ridiculous workload right there.
Yeah, it's definitely a commitment, because it takes up a lot of your time, because you got like different practices to go to. You got your own training time where you got to get yourself better, and not only with your team. Mm-hmm. And it definitely takes a lot of focus too, because you got to focus on your school, on your grades, and like your academics and all that. And it's just it's a lot, but you get through it.
Yes, sir. Now, what would you say is your best sport that you're the best at?
My best sport? I'd probably say volleyball, to be honest.
No way.
Yeah.
Well, just tell us a little bit about that, like what volleyball was like.
Yeah, volleyball is fun. It's so, like, I love it because it's so fast-paced and everything happens so, like, boom, boom, boom. Mm-hmm. And I actually started playing volleyball because of my sister. She always played growing up.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, so I'd always go in the backyard and play with her and stuff, and I thought, why not try it out? So freshman year, I went out for Southport. And I played there for 3 years, and I had a great time. It was a lot of fun, yeah.
How does the positioning work for volleyball? Like, are there each individual positions, like a setter, digger, or whatever like that?
I've
heard of that before. Yeah,
there's like an outside, and then there's a right side, there's setter, middle, and like a libero. Mm-hmm. And each has like a different role. So like your outsides and your right sides, they'll like hit, pass, and block. Where like your middles, they're just going to block and hit. And then your libero is usually like the shorter person, I think, with the different jersey. You know what I'm talking about? And they usually just stay in the back row and pass. But everyone just moves in just such a sequence all around, and it's fun. I like it.
And what position is it that you play for volleyball?
I play outside.
Nice. So just tell us a little bit about what goes into playing the outside for you.
Yeah, playing outside, I like it because it's a mix of everything. Like you're sitting there, you're in serve receive, and you're passing in defense, and you're blocking, and you're hitting. And, I like to just be one of the main guys on the court to like go out there and just go and help my team as best as I can.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. So now let's just take it back to a little bit about your basketball career and what's that like going for you this season, because last guess, you guys were still on an 8-game win streak. Is that still holding up, or what's up?
No, sadly, last week we lost to Martin Luther in a tough game. It was they ran some weird defense that we hadn't seen yet, so we I don't know, we just had a bad shooting night, and we fell to them, but it's all right. We'll bounce back. We got St. Cass this Tuesday, and coach is getting us all prepared, so I can't wait for it.
Sir, now what are some things that you're telling your teammates when you guys do lose like that and see different things like that, like as a new defense that you've never seen?
Yeah, the main thing is just to keep our heads up and always stay positive, because if you're out there on the basketball court, it's like half the game is played above the shoulders. Mm-hmm. So, if you're going out there and you're got your head down, and it just brings down your other teammates, and then it's just like a trickle effect. It goes along. So the main thing for our team is just keep our heads up and stay confident in ourselves, because we know that we're all good basketball players. Mm-hmm. We just got to go out there and do it.
What's been your favorite part of the season so far?
My favorite part of the season? Ooh, that's tough. It's probably just like hanging out with the guys. Because like the basketball team, those are a bunch of my best friends. Like in school, it's like our teams just walking from class to class together, always hanging out, sitting at lunch with each other. Yeah. And it's a fun time just hanging out with those guys.
So when you're walking in the hallway, does it feel like you're walking through slow motion, like they show in the movies and stuff like that? You wink at a girl and she faints or something like that? Is that what it's like?
Nah, I mean, yeah, maybe. You also got some old schoolers walking around too. So.
All right, so just tell us a little bit about the position that you play on the court and what type of player you are out there.
On the court, it's weird because I'm a little shorter for being a forward, but I'm a forward for my team, and I feel like I do a little bit of everything. I can get to the basket, I can do some post moves if I need to. I got the catch and shoot, but the main thing that I pride myself on is my defense. I love playing defense. I've always been that guy to always guard the best players or some of the best players and just be a hard-nosed player.
Yes, sir. Now, make sure you answer this question wisely. But would you say you do a little bit of talking out there, just a little bit of a playful jib and jab with the other players?
Oh, you got to. It's part of that little competitive nature.
Yes, sir. Okay,
you know?
Okay. So I was gonna say because like when I saw you play Tremper, obviously I was there filming the game and everything like that. I was like, this guy has that fire to him. You know, I see you like after a play of you stopping someone, you got a little talk going on. You know, but it's not like a bad talk, you know, it's just like a cheerful, playful talk, you know, and I was like, okay, I like this kid's game, you know, and then it's like he's running down court, he's shooting threes, he's dunking over everybody. No, I'm just playing about the dunking part, but he's shooting threes. I was like, this kid has what it takes. He has that it factor as well, too. What would be some of the things that went into you becoming the player you are out there? Like, who may have helped you along the way? What type of training have you done to get there?
Yeah, the main thing for me is just I've always had such great motivation from my parents. My parents have helped me out throughout the whole way. Mm-hmm. And my dad, me and him, I got this saying. It's called 110. It's just you go out there and you show 110%. Mm-hmm. And I've always heard from coaches that you always got to have that energy, to have that positive mentality. So I just thought, why not go out there and be that hard-nosed guy that'll do anything for his team to win?
Yes, sir. Now just tell us a little bit about the coaching tree that you do have and that you came from. Obviously, I heard that Brandon Morris used to be one of the coaches out there as well. What was that like for you being under someone like that?
Yeah, Brandon Morris, he was a great coach. He was a very, very tough coach. You know, us coming in as freshmen, being little 14, 15-year-olds, and him coming, chewing us out if we make mistakes. I think it was good for us, to be honest, because we learned the minor, like, little things in basketball that help make like a championship team. Mm-hmm. And he would just always make sure that we were accountable of our actions, and like if we made a mistake that it would never happen again, and basically just go out there and just do our best.
Yes, sir. And then how did it transition to getting a new coaching staff after Brandon left the program?
Yeah, after Brandon left, it was definitely a different like type of nature around us and a different culture. But I think Jose is building a great culture for us because he tells us to honor God with our attitude and our effort. Mm-hmm. So that means that you go out there and you just be the best player that you can be, not only for your teammates, but you're also showing respect to the other team and the officials. Mm-hmm. And you're just going out there doing everything for God and truly doing your best.
Yes, sir. Now tell us a little bit about the most favorable part of your basketball career that you've had at St. Joe's.
I'd say the most favorable is definitely the life lessons that I've learned from my coaches, because I've had two great coaches. They're both Kenosha legends, and they just teach me things not only for basketball, not only get better at basketball, but things in life that you gotta work hard and you gotta put time into the things that you love and that you just can't quit at it. Yes, you gotta keep going and just keep striving for greatness.
Yes, sir. Now, with you being a senior, getting ready to leave the program, what are some things that you're giving to the underclassmen to make sure they're staying motivated and staying hungry for that championship mode?
I'm just trying to make sure that those underclassmen don't take this time for granted. Mm-hmm. Because being a senior now, it's crazy how fast the time flew by. You know, it was a lot of fun along the way, but it's just, I still remember being a little freshman back in the day, hearing Coach saying how time's going to fly by, but I didn't really believe him. Mm-hmm. But especially to get a culture also with basketball is just to work hard. Like every day, every out. You know what I'm saying?
Yes, sir. Now, I've seen the sweet little stroke you got out there on the court. What goes into like being such a pure shooter like that?
Yeah, I had a little bit of a weird jump shot growing up, like in elementary school, and then once I transitioned into high school, I truly started to get my shot to just look clean and just come off clean and get my muscle memory right. Mm-hmm. And throughout high school, I've had about the same jump shot. But it came with a lot of focus because, you know, every time you got to make sure you're doing everything the same exact way so you can become the best shooter you can be.
Yes, sir. He's a shooter. Now just tell us a little bit about the most memorable play that you've had on the court that you can remember.
That's a tough question. One of the most memorable plays was probably from my sophomore year. It was senior night. We were playing St. Thomas More, mm-hmm. and it was like under a minute left, and we were down 3. And one of my buddies, Joey Fierner, he drove into the lane and he pitched it back to me, and I hit a game tying 3 that eventually put us in overtime, and we eventually won the game. So that was fun. I love doing that for Joey and Patrick, which were the seniors at the time, to go out there and get a win for senior night.
Yes, sir. Is there anyone out there that may see this episode that you maybe want to shout out and say, hey, I support you, appreciate you for supporting me this long way?
Just shout out my parents, because they've always been, and my sister, they've always been there for me, and it's just through thick and thin. Even when I play bad, when I play well, my dad always treats me with a smiling face after the game, and just helps me realize that sports are a game and that you don't need to hang your head about it or anything. And it's just, yeah.
Yes,
I just
sir.
like to say thanks to my family.
What do you think you'll miss the most about St. Joe's once your time has expired there?
I think I'll miss my friends and that atmosphere, because the atmosphere at St. Joe's, like, even though we're a small school, is very tight knit, and we're all like together in it together. Like, we have a saying called "We Are One," and I think that truly like demonstrates how our school is, because everyone's so close, and I just love the community. So
Dude, that's definitely what it's all about. Now, as we get ready to close out, just tell us a little bit about what the closeout for the season is going to look like for you.
for us, I'll tell you what, we're gonna go on a streak. I can feel it. Yeah, we're gonna get hot, and because we're starting to shoot the ball better and more consistently, and I think we got a chance to really make a deep run.
Yes, sir. I'll definitely be there every step of the way, supporting you as well.
Alrighty.
That being said, young man, we just wrapped up an amazing episode of Line for Line. We appreciate you having some time for us.
Appreciate it.
I'm in love with the grind. I'm in love with the culture. Do this for the fam. Do this for Kenosha. You know I got you, Kenosha. If you got the vision, then come a little closer. Let's get it together. Line for line with the soldiers. I'm in love with the grind. I'm in love with the culture. Do this for the fam. Do this for Kenosha.